What if I told you that the secret to living longer doesn't just depend on your genes, but it also lies in your daily habits? Would you make some changes? In the 1990s, the Danish twin study investigated the roles of genetics and lifestyle in determining lifespan. Researchers analyzed mortality data from identical and fraternal twins born in Denmark between 1870 and 1900. The study examined how various lifestyle habits such as diet, physical activity, social connections, and stress management affect health and longevity. Researchers found that while genetics account for about 20% of lifespan, lifestyle factors play a much larger role in determining how long a person lives. Building on these insights, longevity researcher Dan Buettner set out to actually find out what these habits were.
We found 5 populations around the world that are living manifestly longer than the rest of us. Something is going on in these populations that is driving extraordinary longevity. I believe the central characteristic in blue zones is the fact they live in environments where the healthy choice is the easy choice. And that idea is portable.
In this video, we'll look at 3 lessons that residents of the blue zones share that contribute to a longer, healthier life. By the end of this video, you'll learn how to replicate these lessons in your own life, wherever you live. Lesson number 1, eat a whole food diet.
People think that they have to be rich to eat healthy, and the absolute opposite is true. The healthiest foods are peasant foods. You can pick up a pound of lentils or black beans or black-eyed peas for $2 or so, and you get the right recipe, you can make them taste delicious. We eat out about 130 times a year, and every time we eat out, we consume about 300 more calories than if we just cooked at home. Instead of New Year's resolution or joining the next diet, get yourself the equipment to cook. And sometimes it's simply as easy as a Instapot. Get your hands on a whole food plant-based cookbook. Try a half a dozen recipes, because as soon as you find a handful of recipes that you love, you know how to cook quickly, and your family likes, my job is over.
And if you're not much of a cook, but you still want to eat the Blue Zones way, don't worry. Meet Blue Zones Kitchen, a frozen food company founded by Dan Buettner that uses diet methodologies straight from the Blue Zones.
Blue Zones Kitchen was formulated for longevity, mimicking the exact food that people in blue zones are eating. We're trying to make a healthy alternative to what most Americans are eating and the type of foods that are killing Americans.
Lesson number 2, participate in light exercise. We've all heard it before. Exercise contributes to a healthier life. But did you know that how you exercise matters just as much? And multiple studies reveal that leisure time sports actually can add years to your life more than others. And leading the pack, racket sports. We're talking about pickleball.
People who play racket sports are living longer than joggers, bicyclists, golfers.
But if you're not interested in pickleball or tennis, that's okay, because according to Dan,
the best sort of physical activity is the physical activity that you'll do. If you're completely sedentary, just 20 minutes of walking a day, it adds 3 years to your life expectancy. There is no pill, no supplement, no nutrient on the planet that will give you 3 years of life expectancy. Walking is far more powerful than people think.
Lesson number 3, find your purpose.
There's a famous study from the National Institutes on Aging that show that people who can articulate their sense of purpose are living about 8 years longer than people who are rudderless.
So how do we find our purpose in life?
Imagine just starting with a blank screen with 4 columns. One column are my values, and they're 2 or 3 word phrases like I'm conservative, I'm liberal, I like animals, I care about kids, women's issues is my passion, whatever. A second column that writes, what are my passions? I write, I'm good at coming up with the first idea, I'm good at solving conflict. Number 3, what am I good at? Well, I'm good at fixing things, I'm good at being a caretaker. And then finally, once you have all those 3 columns listed out, then you look for commonalities, and for most Americans, it's not their job. Fewer than 30% of Americans wake up with a clear sense of meaning and purpose at work. So that means they have to get it elsewhere. Sometimes it's time spent with family, sometimes it's through a hobby. The best way, in my opinion, is through volunteering. It's an idea very much put to work in blue zones, but I think under-celebrated here in America as an outlet for purpose.
So to recap, the 3 biggest lessons from residents living in the blue zones are eating a whole food diet, participating in light exercise, and finding your purpose.
Your body has the same capacity to make it to a healthy age 95 as somebody living in Sardinia and Okinawa. It's about taking an ecosystem approach to health that I would argue works much better than anything we're trying right now.
So if you want to find out other ways to lengthen your time here on Earth, click the link in the description to watch our full conversation with Dan Buettner. And if you'd like to stay up to date with the latest health trends, or just learn about innovative natural products before anyone else, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a pickleball game to catch.